Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? I am working on some of my reselling inventory and redoing some of the things in my office today, and probably the rest of this weekend, to be honest. I am wanting to work on cleaning up my apartment, getting things organized, ready to start a new job on well, I have orientation on Monday. It's for a couple hours, that's it. And then on the 17th, I have to set up my new equipment that they're sending me. And then on the 22nd, I have training that I gotta do. And I'll start that on the 22nd. And I'm going through some of my old files that I have. I have a whole stack of these sell trackers, and I'm going to start filling these out, keeping track of all my inventory of my sales. I'm going to get that organized in a binder so I can start keeping track of how much money I am making. And I'm just going to put it out there. To be honest, guys, I'm not making anything. I make maybe $8 here once a week on my platforms. I am not selling anything. I am not making any money. And I am trying my hardest to get my reselling business up and running from scratch again after divorce, after trying to figure out what job I'm going to do. I have been a daycare worker this whole last couple of years and worked at several different places. I've been an event coordinator, but I am going to now be working in the health field once again, but working at home. And so I'm going to be setting up appointments for clients and helping them with answering questions regarding medical equipment. And it's going to be a work at home job. It's going to be a full-time job. It's going to be 40 hours a week. It's going to be benefits after my 90 days, which is going to be a while before I get any help. It's very low pay, but it will keep me at home. For the winter, it keeps me home whenever my kiddos are home from school and I can be available to them. And it's a lot. It's a lot of learning new things. It's a lot of working really hard, doing something I've never done before. And then I am going to do my reselling on top of that. I also work as a PRN on call to do home care. And you know, I'm just not getting the hours. I did apply for a 40-hour-a-week job doing that. I'm not getting the hours. And so I'm struggling. I am struggling financially. And I have got to work full-time on this reselling just to get some money coming in. I got to pay my bills. I got a lot of bills to pay. And I'm really, really worried because my water bill was due. It's not been paid, and it's pretty high once again, just because I haven't paid it since I had that high water bill. Remember a couple months ago, back in May, I had a $700 water bill. I did pay $500 of that water bill, and I haven't paid anything since, and that is because I haven't worked since May. So it's not that I'm not trying to get a job. It's not that I'm not trying to work hard. I just am not making enough money. I have been gracious to have some people in my life who've paid my rent for me for the month of July. August is going to be here before I even get money coming in, and I don't know what I'm going to do. If I lose my apartment, I lose my my internet, my phone, my water. I've called around. I'm trying to get some help. There's no one to help. There's nobody to help, guys. Nobody has any money. So I know I'm not the only one, you know, but it's a struggle. And so I'm just going to tell you, I'm just doing what I can do with what I got, you know. I'm a firm believer that God will provide a way, you know, when I feel like there is no way. And so I'm going to try to use what I have. And I have a roof over my head. I'm very grateful for that until August at least. So we're just taking one day at a time here. But I do need to get organized. I do need to be able to find the products I sell, and I need to keep posting. So the rest of today, I am going to sit here at home, and I'm just going to work really hard. I'm waiting on some phone calls to come back to me, but I'm struggling. I'm struggling a lot. Okay, so today I would like to work on my inventory boxes. There is a problem with reselling that I have had over the last several years. Since my husband filed for divorce, remember I said that he has kept everything from me for the first 9 months of our divorce when he filed, and 3 months after our divorce was finalized, before I could get all my belongings. And then I had 2 hours to come get everything out of our house, and I wasn't even allowed in the house. I had to have my family go and pick everything up. And it was very difficult because my ex-spouse went through everything, and I had a whole store, a reselling store that I was making, you know, at least $350 a month on. And during this time, since the pandemic, things have changed on these platforms. Very, very difficult to sell on. Everything is being competed with AI. And unless you know how to sell using AI technology, and you're paying buku bucks for platform to be top rated on your platforms, it's very, very difficult to make a sale anymore. I don't know what's going on with the economy with these platforms, but I'm only making like $8 a week. And I was making $350, not even trying before the pandemic, and just doing it as a hobby. Now it's a way of life, and I am not making any money, guys. I don't know what else to do. But keep trying, keep trying. And so I want to really fix the mistakes that I've made. The number one mistake that I have made with my reselling business is not being able to locate my item that I sold. I have a lot of my inventory still down in my garage. I have inventory up here in my bedroom. I can't read the numbers on the boxes. The right items are not in the right number of boxes. So I am going to start going through all of my boxes one by one, reorganizing. I have these letters that I have printed off. I want to put all of these nicely on my boxes. I'm going to be cutting those out. I'm going to be adding them to construction paper, gluing them together, putting them on the front of the box so it's easy to read, and keeping all my inventory up in my office. And I still don't have all my inventory up here, but I am working on it, and I'm working on just organizing my inventory so I know where my boxes are. In yesterday's video, we made an animal net. There are some things I would like to do as far as making more places for me to store some of my items that I have. So like, you know, the animal net, all my stuffies need to be put in my animal net now in bags. And then I will know where all the stuffed animals are. So if I sell one, I know where they are. They're in the animal net, you know, and not in a box. So I'm going to go through each one of my boxes. I'm going to try to bag everything so it protects them from any kind of bugs, any kind of water damage that I may have up in my office. I do live in an apartment, and so I want to make sure that everything is nice, neat, clean, and I can find it. I think that is something I need to take the time to do, is organize my reselling office, just so I don't make these mistakes anymore. And these mistakes have cost me a lot of money. Not having my inventory, or losing my inventory, or having the inventory in the wrong box, mislabeled. It is costing me so much money, guys. And having listings on these platforms cost money. So I can't just sit here and just list all day long. I'm having a lot of difficulty. So I need to get this organized. It's driving me crazy. And I need to be able to have my home office where I can work my full-time job once that starts here at the end of July. And I need to maintain my bills, keeping me where I am, until I can get back on my feet. You know, I had a spouse who took all my financial means away from me. That $35,000 medical bill is down to $33,000. Yay! But I was blessed yesterday. Yesterday I was on hold for 3 hours of my day with social services, talking about my circumstances. They are going to help me, maybe not with my utilities, and maybe not with my rent, but they are going to help me with this medical bill. They have fixed their mistake, their error, and they have got me back on my normal, regular health insurance. Thank you, Jesus. They said it would be about 10 business days before it's processed, and I will be able to send all of that correction over to the hospital, and fingers crossed, prayers that the hospital will get rid of that $33,000 bill that I still owe. I have canceled all of my doctor's appointments. I am living without insurance at this point, and I have been for the last several months. It's been very, very difficult for me with this medical bill over my head. It has been very, very difficult for me going 2 months with no work. And I am so very thankful that I have had some help. People who love me, and my children who are going to do whatever it takes to maintain stability for us. It's a struggle, guys. It's a struggle. But I have got to stay where I'm at so I can do this work at home job, and I've got to keep trying. I got to keep trying. It's very, very difficult when you get in such financial ruins, when you're trying so hard to make it. You're working hard. You are keeping up being a single mom, and you're being the dad too. It's very, very difficult. And you want to do what's best for your kids, you know, in the meantime. You know, a lot of people are like, just suck it up, go get a job, working full time. You understand that I have a spouse who will take my kids away from me for being poor. And I do know this because he's tried it. He's already done it. He's lied. He's cheated. And he has taken everything from me financially. And that's part of their goal. When people are hateful and they're evil and they're not following God, what do you expect? This is what happens when you are when you're not equally yoked with your spouse. And as a Christian, I want to morally continue on doing what God has commanded me to do as a mother. And it is my responsibility as a mother to continue to take care of my kids, to continue to be there for my kids. Our kids should not be raised by grandparents or babysitters or daycares. God has instilled us as parents to take care of our kids. And if you can't take care of your kid, so you have to work, it should be that other parent who takes care of their responsibilities of that kid. And everything should be 50-50 in a divorce. I don't care if you guys want to argue with me about it or not. I do understand that you cannot make your spouse communicate. You cannot make your spouse work with you. You cannot make your spouse want 50-50 when they want to be in control, when they want to abuse you, use the legal system against you, or when they want to be hateful, because that's the type of person they are. But you cannot change that either. You can't fix it. You can't make them want to follow God. You can't make them want to love you. You can't make them choose to do what's right. And with that said, we got to pick up the pieces as Christian single moms, as resellers. We got to do what we can do as single moms. And it's been tough. It has been tough. Now, I want to tell you, my court battles did not end until 2025. So January of 2025, all my battles were over. With my court battles were over. I lost because I was a single mom, very low income, working as a daycare worker, and I had it all taken away. All the financial help that I depended on to raise my kids was removed based on lies. And as a Christian, it wasn't my battle to go and fight. You know, God gave me my kids, and there are laws, and I want to follow the laws. And I want to follow God in what He has commanded me to do. I have maintained stability over the last 3 years of a horrible, horrible divorce and hatefulness towards me. I have continued making my videos here on YouTube on Blessed Be the Gift channel. I have been just trying to make it day by day. It has been a struggle. There is light at the end of the tunnel, because I know that I am a child of God. I know that I can do this reselling. I know I can do this reselling business. I know I can work a full-time job. I know I have talents. I have gifts. Now, I may not be a computer wizard, okay? And I'm making a lot of mistakes with reselling. I'm making a lot of mistakes working online. I can type fast, guys. I can make flyers. As a matter of fact, I have them right here. I was going through some of my papers, and I am realizing as I'm getting organized that, you know, I'm getting better. Every job I've had has really helped me get through some of the things that I'm doing. So I used to work for our community center here in the city where I live, and I'm going to cover it up, but I've been making flyers, guys, for them. This was back in 2021. I can make flyers. Here's one. Home Accents by Kerri. I was going to do crafts by Kerri. So you guys can see this. This is me making crafts for senior citizens. Here's another crafts with Kerri. See that little snowflake? We were making crafts, me and some seniors. I was doing flyers, events. Look at all these flyers I've made. I'm talented, guys. I know that God has given me talent. Talent. I am loving being able to do stuff like this. I don't mind working. I don't mind working at all. This is for Third Tuesdays monthly at 3:30 p.m. free. It says join a representative from the American Heart Association Alzheimer's unit, and for caregivers with persons with Alzheimer's and dementia care. I did a lot of fun events, line dancing, birthday celebrations. I miss this job, guys. I miss this job a lot. Square dancing. Here's another Alzheimer's caregiving support. You guys, I made this. Debunking the myths of hospice care. Here's another Project Craft flyer. I was also the leader of the garden club. And I can't even grow a garden at all. I killed an aloe plant once. I can't do it. But I made all these flyers, guys. And I kept a copy of each one because I was so proud of myself for making flyers and using some talent. And it took a lot of errors. It took a lot of mistakes. So this is what I've learned over the last several years of kind of working on my own, doing my own thing, and trying to be parent, mom, juggling it all, and being financially broke in the meantime. Number one, I've learned that God will always provide, okay? He will always provide. And even though you may have people in your life, maybe on YouTube, that will tell you, oh, my opinion is you need to go work for a real job. If you've been offered jobs, you need to go get a real job. Okay, number one, those jobs are not paying any more than what I'm going to be doing working at home. Okay, number two, those jobs require or this, which I refuse to do. Okay, that's over. That period of time is over. I don't want to be stuck in a job where they are still requiring it to be in employment there, or you have to sign a waiver saying that you will comply if it's ever mandated. I ain't doing it. I'm going to lose my job over that. So I already know I need to find a job that doesn't require any of those. I also want to find a job where I'm not having to travel 30 or 45 minutes to go to work every day. Now with my home care, sometimes I do have to travel 30 minutes. If I don't have the gas money to get there, or if I don't have the vehicle to get there, I can't work. And so that is something, as a single mom who's low income, who doesn't have very much help or money coming in on a regular basis, I need to know I have to cut corners, you know, and I need to be very careful and selective of the jobs I pick. Up until February of 2025, I physically could not do those jobs. Physically, my body was not allowing me to do it. Just as of, I would say, about May of this year, 2 months ago, I was just at the point of feeling like me again. Physically, I'm losing my weight. Thank you for my weight loss surgery. Thank you, God, that you gave that to me. I needed it. I needed it for my mental health. I needed it for my physical health because I felt like a freaking loser. My knees are bad. I needed knee replacements. They said, you're too young. We're not giving you knee replacements. We're going to give you weight loss surgery, but you got to start this program for insurance to cover it. Guess what? Insurance didn't cover it. Not yet. Hopefully, the state insurance, Medicaid that I was on will cover it, back pay it, because it was their error. But we'll cross that bridge next week when I get all the information. I needed that surgery. Physically, I am able to walk again. I am able to lift again. I am getting my energy back up and running. This is why I have so much to do at my apartment. And with the reselling is technically I was not able to lift my boxes. I could not go up and down my stairs. I could not bring my boxes up the stairs and into my office. I was physically unable to walk into court one day because I had just had steroid shots put in my knees and I could barely walk. I was in tears, holding on to the walls of the courthouse, trying to walk in to go to court to fight a battle that was so unbiblical. I have gone without jobs because I couldn't pass a urine test because I'm not getting enough fluid in me because of my weight loss surgery. I had quit a job to start another job the next week that I couldn't start because I couldn't pee in a cup and fill the line. My stomach couldn't handle it. So for this work at home job, I had to pee in a cup. I had to take another drug test, but I sat there for 4 hours. I planned it out. I did throw up in their office trying to get fluid down. There are battles with weight loss surgery. If you ever have had weight loss surgery or thinking about having weight loss surgery, it's going to be the toughest thing you've ever done. It is. You are hungry all the time, but you can't eat. You're losing weight, you feel great, but you stall and you go weeks without losing anything. I think I have been at the same weight now for 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not losing any more weight. I am feeling great. I'm at 183. I started my program at 270. But it is a 6-month program before surgery. So, it's been a long year for me. It's been a tough year because I was working hard at the daycare as a daycare worker and losing all my help, losing all of my child support. I never got alimony. My husband had taken our home from us. It took all of my money from my divorce to get into this apartment for 1 year. It has now been 3.5 years. And it's been a struggle. I had to start all over with my reselling business 2, 3, 4 times. When I'm working all day as a daycare worker, I would come home. My knees would be killing me so bad, I couldn't even move. And I had to lay in bed until I got to get up and go to work the next day. And some days I would get up crying because I was in so much pain. I could go walk around like the zoo the other day. I went to go look to the zoo, and you can see that video over on Blessed Be the Gift channel. I could only go through half the zoo. Not even half, really. Just all the sea animals, the ocean animals, because my knees started hurting. And I had to turn around and go home. Maybe another day I'll go back and do the African animals. But, little baby steps. That's what it's going to take for this reselling business to take off, for me to start this new job, for me to start all over again for the millionth time, it seems like. But there's light at the end of the tunnel. I am feeling good. I did have my surgery. I am trying to work. I have got 2 jobs in the last 2 weeks, but this one doesn't start till the end of July. This other one is only PRN. They're not giving me the hours. If I got a phone call to come in right now, I would jump at it. But I'm not getting the phone calls. So I am struggling. And I can only make the choices for myself that's going to be the best for me and my kids and my situation. I can't tell you guys how to run your life. I can't tell you how to do the things that will work for you, because your situation might be different than mine. But I can be very proud of the decisions I've made. I have decided to work at home. You know why? Because I want to be available for my kids 24/7, whether they're with me or not. I want to be available when the other parent isn't. If that other parent ever decides to be nice and to be in a relationship as a parent and do what's best for their child, they won't have other people watching their kids, our kids. They won't have other people doing the responsibility that is ours. God-given responsibility. God gave us responsibilities in our marriage as husband and wife, and he blessed us with children. And as a person of moral and values, I believe it's our responsibility, whether we're married or not. And we are to share that responsibility equally. I understand if people want to file for divorce, they want to be with someone else. Fine. Because I don't want to be with someone who wants to be with someone else. That's not how I play. That's not what a marriage is. A marriage is something where you are committed to. You made vows to. You made promises that you didn't keep. I'm going to keep my vows. I'm going to remain faithful. I'm going to do what God has commanded me to do. And he's blessed me with children. So my first priority in my life is my children. I'm very proud of myself. I have maintained stability. I live 3 streets over from my ex-spouse. I am struggling to keep what I have. But I am like a cat climbing up a tree and falling down, and I climb back up the tree because, darn it, I'm getting to the top of that tree. As a Christian, I believe that God can get me there. He can come and he can pick me up and he can put me in the tree, and I can succeed to my goals that I have in my life. But you know what? Sometimes a cat will fall because they don't have claws. You know, I had financial ruin against me. I fell, and God graciously placed me on the ground. He says, just wait right here until you're ready to climb up that tree. And then he's going to give me what I need to get to the top of the tree. That's where I'm at right now. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I know I have talent. I know I can work at home. I know I can do these things like reselling. I know I can make money, and I know that God's going to provide. But I am not going to lie. It is a struggle every morning to get up out of that bed. It's a struggle every morning to say, okay, I'm going to try to get online. I'm going to try to do what's right, and I'm going to pick up my big girl britches, and I am going to get organized. I'm going to organize my home. I'm going to organize this and that. I'm making up for lost time. There's not enough time in the day for me to keep going the way I was going. I need to take care of myself right now. I need to take breaks and go to the pool and swim. Why? Because I need it for my mental health. Mentally, I have been struggling. because of the situation of my divorce. What was taken away from me, what I have had to go through, thinking the whole time I married a Christian man. And questioning God, why? Why did this happen to me? What did I do? You know what? I didn't do anything. I know I didn't do anything. But I can't change it. I can't change it. And I do know that. I can make the decisions to do what's best. I found my dream work at home job. Even though it's scary for me, even though it's something that I've never done before. It is something that I can do and I can start. Now, I need prayers. I do need prayers. But this weekend, unless I get called in, I have nothing to do. I have zero money. And I am going to use what I have. And I'm going to show you that God has provided when He provides. And today I am going to work on my inventory boxes. I am going to start with the ones that are here in my room. And we are going to get this organized. I'm going to bring you guys along. I'm going to show you what I get done. And we're going to keep moving forward. You guys, I need encouragement. I am here to encourage you. We as single moms need to work together. For sure. We as resellers, we need to work together. For sure. Let's share each other's goals and the things that we get done. Let's not be hateful to each other. Let's support one another. We may not be able to change the circumstances we're in, but we have platforms, talents, gifts, and capabilities of moving forward past the trials and tribulations we're going through. I know a lot of you out there are sick, like really, really, really sick. And I want to thank you guys for watching my videos, being supportive and encouraging, helping me out. And I'm hoping I can help you guys out. You know, don't let Satan come in and tell you you're not good enough. Because, to be honest with you, this week I've been struggling mentally. I've been depressed. That's why maybe some of you haven't heard from me. And I've been doing very limited videos. I've been struggling mentally because financially I'm hurting. I am so close to seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, but then I get knocked down. But I get up again. Never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You know, I have my moments, just like you. But with God, all things are possible. As a Christian, I know that. So I'm going to find my hope and my strength in Him. And He's going to get me through. He's going to pick me back up. He's going to get me to prosper. He doesn't want me to fall. And He's made me wonderful, perfect. And He loves me because I'm His creation. And, you know, the end goal is to have that oneness, that marriage covenant, that relationship with Jesus Christ. That's my main goal in my life. Doesn't matter what I lose. I could lose my job, my apartment, my internet, my phone, all in one swoop. It's due. Tomorrow, it's due. $120 internet bill, $60 phone bill. I have zero. I have no gas money to go anywhere. I have just a little bit of gas money. On a gift card. But that's it. $10. It's not going to get me anywhere. I need to be making money. As a reseller, this can get you down big time. Big time. So, we are going to pick up our big girl britches once again. We're going to get organized. We are going to continue to breathe, be calm, and we are just going to get this darn thing done. And you are going to see me go full-time reselling by the end of this weekend. I'm going to be showing you the process. Hey everybody, I got back from the pool today and I am making these letters. I am cutting them out and taping them to this construction paper. And I'm probably going to make 2 sets so I can alternate colors if I don't have enough. If I do have enough to do one whole set, then I'll probably just do the one set for now and do another set for later. But we're going to be going through and putting these all on my boxes. Hey guys, I ran out of tape, so I'm not gonna be able to finish this tonight, but I do have all the alphabet and the numbers to box 23, and I'm out of tape, so I'm not gonna be able to add these to the boxes tonight, and I'm gonna have to get me some more Scotch tape. But I'm getting there. I am getting there. I want to thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.